Music has way more power than it should. Its diversity and usage is practically limitless and is at our fingertips in almost every waking moment of our lives. But as far as music and video games are concerned, it's much more than what meets the eye. Like sprinkles on a cupcake, music in video games adds an extra touch that makes things all the more enjoyable. It sets the tone and can drastically alter the overall gameplay experience. Music can fill a tragic scene with even more heartache and have a moment of bliss feel like you conquered the world. Some of my favorite moments in all of gaming wouldn't feel the same without the memorable tunes that make them stand out. Cityscape just doesn't feel the same without the music, you know? How gross does that feel? In the spirit of all that sounds good, I wanted to share the top 5 game soundtracks that I like the most. This is by no means a mutual consensus or a generalized summary of other lists, but my personal opinion alone. If I can get someone to try a game that they've never heard of before, that's the overall goal with this video, is to get more people playing cool games. So with all that out of the way, let's kick things off with number 5.
5.
Of course, I couldn't talk about great music and video games without bringing up Kingdom Hearts. It drastically shifted the gaming landscape in the early 2000s. With its blend of character crossovers, fast-paced combat, deep and emotional storytelling, it didn't take long for Kingdom Hearts to become a household name as far as gaming goes. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. To talk about every good aspect about Kingdom Hearts is to do a full-fledged review on it. But alas, today we're only looking at music. Aside from sounding good, the thing I appreciate the most about the soundtrack of Kingdom Hearts is the wide spectrum that it covers. The main theme, Dearly Beloved, is so simple, but it elicits so many responses from me. Like any other piano melody, it can make you sad pretty quick. A couple tears, bring on some of those sniffles, a little sniffly, which it has done for me on a few occasions, I'll be real. Most of the time it just makes me sorta just reflect and think. Like Soaring Company on the cover, I find myself drifting away subconsciously when listening to it, whether it be good thoughts or bad thoughts. Dearly Beloved is always there to accompany them in an oh so beautiful way. Traverse Town is so cozy and cheerful. I feel like I'm hanging around a small downtown area on a chilly weekend afternoon during the fall, strolling around, taking in the sights with nothing to ruin my mood. The other song I thought worth mentioning was the Hollow Bastion theme. It's full of mystery and darkness, but is also energetic and frantic. Fighting Heartless with this song going on in the background would always immediately get me fired up. Kingdom Hearts has a treasure trove of amazing songs attached to it. If you've managed to somehow live life up to this point without playing any Kingdom Hearts games, please change that. Like, literally right now.
4.
I'm sure everyone watching this video thinks that this is a troll pick, but it's really not. I'm not sure if I look like the kind of person who enjoys playing visual novel games, but I do dabble in them from time to time. Hustle Cat was part of a game bundle I got near the end of 2017, I believe. I bought the bundle mainly to play Pinstripe, quickly writing off Hustle Cat as another weeby dating sim, a dating sim where you work at a cat cafe. How cute. I tried it out one day to see how many cheap laughs I could get, but that's not what happened. I played a game that had believable characters, fun dialogue, and a unique setting with no cringe at all. Not even a trace. I actually plan on reviewing this game sometime in the maybe not so distant future, so I don't want to give away too much of what the game is about, but surprisingly the music here is it's actually really sick. Lots of upbeat electronic jams that feel like browsing the inner depth of MySpace pages in 2007. It's damn good. It's a wide range of electronic bangers. The opening is really full of energy. This type of electronic isn't for everyone. It's super auto-tune heavy, like really auto-tune heavy. I've always liked auto-tune stuff a lot, so this sits fine with me. Everything else are just instrumentals that border on the line of electronic chill music to study to 10-hour mix. It's just vibes, you know? Also one of the few soundtracks I listen to outside the game because it genuinely is the bee's knees. Let's Order Pizza and Reverie are the two standout tracks for me. Peaceful down-tempo tunes that'll hypnotize you to sleep before you know it.
3.
The Does anybody not have this on their top 5 game soundtracks list? Like, really? I dare you to find me a single person on the planet Earth who played Sonic Adventure 2 who's like, yeah, this music's okay, I guess. You can't. No such person exists. Aside from the highly addicting Chow Garden, I would say the music within Sonic Adventure 2 is what the game's best known for. I'd even argue that Sonic Adventure 2 specifically has some of the most beloved music in all of gaming, really. A bit of a normie take on the favorite song side of things, but naturally my favorites are Escape from the City and A Ghost Pumpkin Soup respectively. Flying the Freedom is really good too, but City Escape and Pumpkin Soup steal the show, hands down, there's no question. Escape from the City is an anthem, it's like a tribal chant that brings people together. I remember watching the Sonic 25th anniversary stream live and just seeing an ocean of people just sing back the lyrics to City Escape. It was so perfect and so heartwarming because it's a totally accurate representation of what Sonic is as a collective whole. Awesome games, awesome music, and amazing memories. It's a testament to what a lasting impression the song's made on so many people. The amount of hype Escape from the City brings is the equivalent of downing a 5-hour energy, Red Bull, and Monster Energy all at the same time. Any worries about fun being had are put to rest rather quick when City Escape knocks your socks off in a matter of seconds. With City Escape being one of the more action-packed levels, it sets the bar high right off the hop. Although it drops a little lower through the course of the game for obvious reasons, it's the best way SA2 could kick things off. Ah yes, Pumpkin Hill, the lone redeeming quality of all the Master Emerald Collection levels. I don't know if it's just me, but the Pumpkin Hill instrumental always felt very sneaky to me, like it's from Pink Panther or something in that vein. What a bop though, like shit man. But what makes Pumpkin Hill as good as it is, and I think it really goes without saying, is the rapping. Hunted P is the one we have to thank for this. His flow is great, his tone is confident but not cocky, he knows what words to emphasize and put a little mustard on, you know? He's a legitimately fantastic rapper. I always wondered if anything came of Hunted P outside of his inclusion in Sonic Adventure 2, and it looks like not really, unfortunately. I'm not able to find any EPs or albums he's put out, if there are any at all. He is actively collaborating on songs with well-known members of the Sonic community like Dorian Nelson and Emmy Jones. That's really cool to see. He's still a part of the Sonic scene, so to say. I'll have some of them linked in the description section below if you want to check them out. This shit's actually pretty decent.
2.
One thing I never thought I'd enjoy doing in video games is farming, yet here I am, enjoying every second of it. A game where truly everything is at your disposal. Fellow villagers, local produce, natural resources, the mayor's boxers. You can pretty much mess around with anything you want. With such a diverse variety of gameplay, scenery, and characters, creating music that complements this would be no easy task. However, that's exactly what the music in Stardew Valley does best. When it's spring or summertime, the music is very upbeat and energetic. When the leaves fall and autumn rolls in, it's much more relaxed, somber at times, but still comforting. When snow comes around, so do the festive bells and chimes of the Christmas season. Even during specific moments like a cutscene or important event, the music still appropriately changes to suit the moment and add to it without being distracting. Stardew Valley's ability to properly enhance almost every aspect of itself simply through music is what I think separates it the most from other entries in this list. The music is just as varied as the game itself. There's songs that sound mysterious, playful, childlike, sad. It's crazy the amount of ground the music here covers. My favorite tunes being the Pelican Town theme, the Ghost Synth during fall, Dance of the Moonlight Jellies. I think I enjoy the load game screen music the most, which sounds totally insane to someone who probably hasn't played the game. But if you told me any track from Stardew Valley was your favorite, I wouldn't be surprised or given a second thought. Every track in the game is genuinely that good. All the music being done by one guy is what's even more insane. Like fucking A+, 5 golden stars for this guy. Well done, Eric Barone. You magnificent genius.
1.
Janitors and sweeping leaves. Sounds like a quality recipe to create an S-tier video game soundtrack, doesn't it? That's exactly what you do in the hidden gem indie title named Dust Force. Dust Force demands your utmost attention with pinpoint precise platforming and fast twitch reaction transitions being the most prominent gameplay features. All of this takes a backseat to what is my favorite game soundtrack ever. The entire Dust Force OST from top to bottom is straight heat. There isn't one dull track or moment where the quality dips. From beginning to end, it's an absolutely fantastic soundtrack. The Dust Force soundtrack is always something I can both thoroughly enjoy at will and also zone out to. It's multifunctional. I've used it as music to listen to while working on videos. I've even used it to vibe to while going out for a jog. I've even used it as background music in my own videos. It just makes me really happy, what can I say? I've listened to this album on a daily basis for years and it hasn't come close to losing any flavor for me yet. Oregon native Lifeform is the one behind the music of Dust Force, making the entire soundtrack himself. Searching around online to see what he's up to these days doesn't reveal much. Most of his social media presence is dead and he doesn't have as many releases as I thought he would. A couple albums, an EP, and some singles sprinkled here and there. According to his SoundCloud, he is working on the soundtrack for an upcoming action-adventure game called Tunic. This was 3 years ago and hasn't been updated since, so I'm not sure how up-to-date this information is. If you want a good gauge on the kind of music that I like electronically, check out the Dust Force soundtrack. It's literally my favorite OST of all time, and I can't say enough good things about it. Those are my top 5 game soundtracks, but there's tons of other great ones that I love that I didn't get to mention that I might cover at a later date. Let me know what your favorite game soundtrack is in the comment section. I'd love to give them a listen and check them all out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you all next time. See ya.